Well, good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome to the Base Piper channel. Hey guys, hope y'all are having a great week so far. I'm sitting out here chillaxing in the garage, and we got a brisk 54 degrees this afternoon here in Virginia, at least in the Tidewater area where I'm at. And it was like 46 this morning. When I got up. It's only supposed to be a high of about 61 or 2, but I doubt we'll see that today. But I hadn't been on here in a few days. I've made 2 videos, but I haven't posted them. And after I had made them, I didn't know whether I would put them out there or not for maybe getting my hand spanked by YouTube, but I'm out here in the garage today having for the first time a Plasencia. Y'all can see that without the glare. Let me try it this way. And it is a Reserva original. It's in the short Robusto. And when I talk about a short Robusto, it's like 4.5 inch instead of 5 inches long, and about a 52 ring gauge. And in a, as far as I can tell, it's in a Clairo. So far, a very good cigar. And I've never had Plasencia. I've heard a lot about them. So I wanted to try one and just kind of see how it would do. And so far, as you can tell on light up and a few puffs, it's doing pretty good. And got good smoke output and taste very nice. Even getting some cocoa and stuff from this. So we'll see how she burns. But just want to get on here. Have not forgot about the other pipe tobacco that I'm going to do. I'm going to do one on my Englishes, an American English tobacco. I'll get it out there eventually here. And we just had quite a few things going on these last few weeks. And I don't think about the video till I'm already in bed and it's about 11 o'clock at night. And so then by the time the next day gets going, that's blown all to smithereens, so forget that day. But anyway, just going to come out here today just for a few seconds and just kind of stay posted in with everybody. And as I said, I hope everybody's had a good week. Don't really have a lot to talk about. And but I do know one thing that I will say as we get closer to the presidential event on the 5th of November. I don't know what your persuasion is, guys. I know, we have Trumpsters and we have the Harris folks. And I don't mind telling you, I've been a Trumpster from day one. But I will say this. When I first, back in 2016, saw him come on, Trump come on the scene, I'll just say the T-Man. The T-Man and the H-Lady. You know who I'm talking about. At first, I had a little bit of an air problem with his air and his ways and these kinds of things. And I thought he was kind of gruff and, just kind of arrogant, narcissistic, all that. Well, a lot of leaders will fall in that category anyway. It's not just the T-Man. But the more I got to look at policy, look at what happened during the last 4 years, 16 to 20, I knew he was going to be okay. And I had to overlook some things. And one of the things that I had to overlook was the fact of I got to get over personality types. We all get hung up on that. And I'm just going to be brutally honest with all my peeps that are subscribers to my channel. This year is going to be one of the most turning points in our country. This election, if you were born, I came on the scene in '61, guys. Some of you all have been there a lot before I was, and some after. But I can tell you, this is probably the most stressful, most determining election that I've had in my history of being on this earth in 63 years. And so a lot of people say, well, Base Piper, you know, we've gone through this in other elections, yada, yada. Yeah, but we haven't had it so blatant, so dastardly in a lot of things, the way things are being done. And number one, I would tell everybody that subscribers to my channel, vote your heart. If you are a Christian, vote your biblical heart. Because there are things on the H side of things that aren't very scriptural or biblical with policies and stances. And so, man, this is a good cigar. I'm just going to be brutally honest. I don't know how someone can vote for a party if you're a Christian that supports the LGBTQ, the abortion, the babies especially, midterm, full term, and even after they are born. That is totally anti-scripture. Doesn't matter the person's personality. It's a matter of what rights are going to be protected. Now, I know I might get some sour notes from this. My subs may drop a little bit, but I have to share my heart. This is a crucial election. And really, it's a deciding factor when you put everything else aside. Are we going third world? Are we going communist? Or are we going to stay the United States of America? Right now, we're hitting most of the divided states of America. But that's the plan. So, if you're just thinking from an American point of view, I'll ask the question that is raised a lot of times. Are you really better off these last 4 than you were the previous 4 years? Honestly, you can't say you are. Nobody. Look at our economy, look at the groceries, look at the fuel, look at everything you want to look at. Just being an American, look at our border. And the last statistics that I saw a few weeks ago, 13,000 that they know of murderers that have come over the border. God only knows how many terrorists. I think there was like 10,000 or more rapists in addition to the murderers. The cities in our in our state, in some of our states, are just going berserk. Cigar's getting ready to go out. But guys and gals, really search your heart. I can tell you, if you got an ounce of common sense, just common sense, the T-Man's the way to go. I don't care what other person or other last name you could tie to it, but he's got a track record, a proven record. The other side's done everything they can to degrade him, financially ruin him, tee up things on him that's not true. We need the best person for the job. And I know, being a preacher, I'm not bringing in a pastor or a preacher or a priest or whatever in the office. We're you know, T-Man's got his sins just like H lady's got hers. There we go. And I know people say, Wade, you don't need to be coming on here talking politics now. That's not good, or religion, stay away from those things. Usually when people tell me to stay away from something, that's usually what I just dive right into. Why do we need to stay away from it? I have an opinion. It's like everybody else. And so I just wanted to share some things with you just to have you think about. Don't go on personality. If I went on the T-Man's personality the first time I saw of him, I wouldn't have voted for him either. I just probably wouldn't have voted at all. This cool weather's playing with my cigar, guys. Plus I got a fan behind me, you can see. But I just don't see there's any other choice, is what I'm getting at. Don't make no difference who's running on the other side. I just don't see any other choice. I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. I'm a Christian conservative. A lot of people say, well, if you're conservative, that means you're Republican. No, we got a lot of crazy nuts over on the Republican side too. We got a lot of rhinos. Republican in name only. There's T-Man haters on both sides and everywhere. And the reason why is because the man tells it like it is, and he tells it straight up. T-Man can't be bought, he can't be bribed. That's another problem, see. But our country is at stake. The only thing you've got to be concerned about in one way, are you wanting to go communist? Or you want to stay with the Constitution and the United States as you know it? A lot of the D party has jumped ship and gone to the R party. Now that's interesting. A lot of things that had never hardly ever supported the R party is supporting the R party, especially the unions, Teamsters. People know we're in bad shape, folks. This is not the time to sit on your tail, not vote. If you've never ever voted, go get registered and vote. This is a matter of country. It's a matter of trying to hold on with what little bit of godliness we got left in this country, and principles and morals. Just being an American. Let's just talk. You're not a Christian. We got people came by houses now. How about the border? We just want to open border, let everybody come in, just like we've been doing. I think, they got now 21 million in the last 3.5 years, about 7 million a year, that we don't have a clue who they are, what they are. We just see what's happening out here. Is that what we want? Is that something bad to have a closed border to protect us? I'm just speaking on this video what everybody else is thinking. They're just not going to say it, and they're going to put it out on your channel. That's up to you. But we are in dire straits, the worst it's ever been. And the D side is blatantly in the American people's face. It's not hid no more in back rooms and behind the scenes. It's right in your face. And what are you going to do about it? We're large and in control. The 5th of November, we can do something about it. Well, Base Piper, they cheated last time in a lot of areas. What keeps them from cheating this time? Well, you're right. As the saying goes, we make it too big to rig. Why do you think the borders have been open for 3.5 years? To bring everybody they can to pad the votes. 2 days ago in Georgia, a Georgia judge overruled having written ballots or paper ballots. They squashed it. You know why? A lot of what we got over here can't read English, can they? Oopsie. You know what? The T-Man, even in the last go-round, and one of the things counted and one of the things, he said, look, I just want an honest election. I think that's fair, don't you? If you were running, would you want something fair? Not shady? Not, okay, wait a minute. And if you're going to lose, then lose honestly, fairly. In my opinion, they ought to set a cap of what can be donated to a candidate. And every candidate, either side, gets the same amount of money. Whether it's 5 million, 10 million, whatever. If it's 100 million, each one allowed 100 million apiece. That's it. Make it fair. Not one sitting there throwing 500 million to one and the other one's only getting 5 million. The other one's getting 500 million. What kind of fairness is that? Was elections determined on how much money, what candidate gets the most money? I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose of going to the voting box, doesn't it, when you stop and think about it that way, right? But we got to do our part, guys. We got to do our part. It's going on 20 minutes. I didn't mean to get off on all this rant, but it does bother me. It's starting to concern me with stuff, and just how some people's attitudes are. And, I've heard people say, well, I'd vote for the T-Man if it wasn't for this, or it wasn't for his personality, or I don't like his tweets, or I don't like it. Get over that. He's a businessman. He's going to say things. He shoots it from the hip. You don't have to ever wonder where he stands. He tells you. I like that. Than having somebody blow me a bunch of smoke and then stab me in the back. Promise me the moon, then shoot me the moon. Anything you can say about the T-Man, here's one thing you need to say, and you can't fault him in that. Everything that he said he was going to do the last go round, he did, even through all the persecution. He did. He came in with his checklist, and he checked it off, and he'll do it this time too. He said the first day, if I'm elected, the first day, I'm going to be a dictator. I like that, because I knew what he meant. He said, I'm going to be a dictator. People are going to think I'm a dictator. I'm going to be a dictator. We're going to drill, baby, drill, and we're going to close the border. He said, on day 2, I'm going to be your president. I like that. That's good. Man's got some manhood. He's going to take care of things. He said, I don't have any problem with people coming over here to the country, but you're going to come legally. Legally. That's all. Anything wrong with that? Have we gotten that stupid? Legally. Not illegally. And then we don't want to call the illegals, unvetted or, whatever. Special people, whatever. This place is going nuts. It's going crazy. And I tell you, I'm going to make a prediction, and I pray to God I'm wrong. But we're at a brink of civil/revolutionary war 2.0. So that's my belly button opinion for today. Told you didn't have nothing to talk about, so I thought I would rant on this. But, you guys, something to really think about. Look at our country. Vote not on personality, not on likability. Vote on who can keep us out of wars, who can get us secure, who can be the best for us, who puts America first, not last, not a party first, not a pad my pockets and me make history first. The American people should be first. Never forget, they're supposed to be working for us, not us working for them. And so, just some food for thought. Like I said, I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm a conservative Christian trying to find the best candidate that's going to take care of us. We all need to think that way, at least, no matter who it is. I think when you weigh things out, really look at them honestly. Take the personalities out of things. Take the arrogancy, take the, cockiness, or you might think, whatever the case is. Put that aside. Who is going to make the best president for us? So anyway, this Plasencia is doing good. I highly recommend this one, guys. I've had this in my Tupperware probably about a couple of months, and I can't remember what I paid for it. To even tell you what price point it is, you got to look it up. But this Plasencia Reserva Original is clean, nice, good breath note out of a cigar. Not bad. I mean, good and clean. So anyway, 24 minutes. Getting ready to turn 25. I'm gonna get out of here. You guys have a good rest of the week. Enjoy your day. Don't forget, relax, have your pipe or your stogie. And hey, God's still on the throne. His will's going to be done no matter what in this situation. So it's kind of like spiritually looking at, is he going to give us one more chance and keep his hand on us? Or are we going to be done? Then he takes his hand off us. It says, here's what the people evidently want. I'm going to let you have it. Some of y'all don't know much about the Bible. Go over to Romans chapter 1. Read chapter 1, starting about verse 23 on down. Romans 1, 23 on down. Romans 1, 23 on down. What God did with societies and the things back in the day. The New Testament now. You'll see what happens when he turns you over to a reprobate mind. You guys have a good one. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.